Now scholars explain that when Qur'an conveys information, and we'll find this in Surah Qamar, right? We will learn about some of the nations of the past. What you'll find is that when Qur'an conveys information, right? Qur'an is not necessarily interested in the facts of history. It's not necessarily interested in the facts of history. Rather, it is interested in the lessons of history. For example, Surah Yusuf, right? So, if you go through Surah Yusuf, subhanallah, so absolutely beautiful. When Allah speaks about the brothers plotting against Yusuf alayhi salam, Allah doesn't mention the names of the brothers. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about the king, Allah doesn't mention the name of the king. Allah just says the king. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about this woman who tries to seduce Yusuf alayhi salam, Allah doesn't mention her name. Allah just says the wife of the minister. Right? But the name Allah mentions continuously is Yusuf, 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 Yusuf. Right? Point being, the added details is not the point behind the story. There are specific lessons that Allah wants us to take. Do you understand? In other words, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when Allah conveys this amba in Qur'an, this information to us, Allah is extremely selective. And what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala selects is enough to give us a wake-up call. Subhanallah. You can imagine how we need to pay attention to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning.
تسر